Oh, hello, you lot. Haven't seen you in a little time. How you doing? Welcome back to the Spurs Talk Show. I'm Sean Butler. How are you? Bugsy Malone has been a naughty girl. She's downstairs in the kitchen. She's not allowed upstairs tonight. She's on the naughty step. That stream ended a little bit, I don't know, we'll call it chaotically. But just for what it's worth, as you know, in case you were wondering, me and Alex and I are mates, and we have spoken, of course. He realized that he was bang out of order, and I was completely in the right, and everything's fine. No, I'm only kidding. We both had a chat. We're fine and dandy. Hope you're all happy, go lucky people this evening. We got the hit. Is he here? Is he stay or is he go? We don't know. I hope over the next 90 minutes we're going to find out. Let me bring in my man, Ranj Postacoglu. He only got about 10 minutes in the last show. He felt he was unsatisfied by that. How are you, Ranj? You okay?
I wasn't satisfied. But yeah, I've only got 5 minutes, then I got another work call. No, I'm only joking. I'm only joking.
I literally have just got off 2 work calls from 6:15 until 8:10. 2 work calls with Americans. Listen, I know there's a lot of Americans in the house. I love the Americans. They're supporters of the channel. But, you know, you guys are still at work right now. And my clients who are over, well, I've got one client in California right now who's calling me up. He's just started his day. He doesn't realize that it's the end of mine. Friday night, bro. It's Friday night. What are you doing? You want to recap on the performance, do you? How about we'll do that during your evenings, not mine? Anyway, big up to the Americans across the pond. Big up to everyone wherever you are. Hope you're all happy and healthy. Smash the like button for me. Smash the subscribe. Oh, listen, I know Drewzilla's back in the house. Where is he? Drew, let me get Drew. I need to make Drew. Where is he? There he is. I need to make my man Drew moderator status. He's been handling the workload of a mod. So I'm going to give him that status. Thank you, mod. Thank you, Drew, for your help on the last one. Keep those likes coming in. If you haven't already, guys, smash the subscribe button. And I told you on the last show, we're going to do a giveaway. Before we get into that, Barry, how have I asked you how you are?
You have, mate. You have, yeah. Right, maybe you didn't, but yeah.
This is as legit as they come, right? Look, Nike. It's got the thing on it. It's all Nike. And anything is, it says that it's 2XL. Let me stand up for you. I'm a big boy, right? Look, I'm a big lad. And this was like a Michelin man on me. I reckon it's a male large in normal European sizes. So that is up for grabs tonight. If you want it, you know what you got to do. First and foremost, you have to...
What have they got to do, Sean? Because you say they know what they got to do, but
well, I'm going to
tell them what they need to do.
I'm going to tell them right now once I've set it up properly. Hang on a second. First and foremost, guys. First and foremost... I need to get straight into this.
Anyway, are you coming to the game on Sunday, or are you not decided yet?
I haven't decided yet. I have not decided yet.
Good.
But probably. Right. So we've got the subscriber mode only on. Now what I need to do is type in StreamYard giveaway. Here we're talking. Choose a broadcast. Kane deadline tonight. Will he stay or will he go? And the hashtag is... What's the hashtag going to be? Nick?
Will he stay or will he go? You needs to be a bit shorter than that.
Harry Kane. How about Harry Kane? There you go. Harry Kane. That'll do. Is that
yeah. Just it's easy, isn't it?
All right, guys. Look, this is what we're doing. I'm sorry to get that. I should have had that set up already. But... ladies and gentlemen, if you want to participate in this bad boy, then all you got to do is type this in right now. Type that in. Hashtag Harry Kane, all lowercase, all one word. I haven't said hashtag all one word for a long time.
Hashtag all one
type that in. Like the Spurs Talk Show. Hashtag Harry Kane, and you are to be a participant in the giveaway as long as we get over 60 subscribers, 58 subscribers, whatever it is that I need to get to 13,400 subscribers. If that happens, and then we're going to do the draw. I can see 13 of you already putting it in. Nice work, everybody. Keep it smashing. Hashtag Harry Kane, all lowercase. Nick, let's start with the news that's come out tonight. Well, not
Yes.
news, but the news. DiMarzio. I mean, he's got a track record of being right occasionally. I was in very often, but he's also got a track record of being quite wrong as well. Let's have a look at what he said before we get there. Who's that? Have I followed you yet? No, I haven't. Kate C. Spurs, welcome to the team. I have no idea what your content is like, but those eyes are powerful. Welcome to my follower section. Let's have a look at we'll go profile and then
that's brilliant.
It's a little bit weird. Shouldn't do that on live on stream. Where's the thing I've liked? I liked it already. Here we go. Gianluca DiMarzio, this is the boy. He says Spurs official are in contact with FC Porto for striker Mehdi Taremi. THFC are ready to offer 24 million euros, while Porto are asking for 30 million euros. That's been handed out on Sky Sports. Do you know much about this guy?
No, the only person that I know called Mehdi was in Love Island. So,
well, look, he's a really powerful player. He's 31 years old. They're saying he was 185. I think he's a little bit taller than 6 foot. I think he's about 6'2". He's right-footed, but he plays off the left. Kind of. He's a left forward, but he's like a 9 who hangs off the left. Maybe a little bit like Richarlison to a degree. I don't think he's got a lot of pace. I think he's pretty slow. However, he is a goal machine and an assist machine in Portugal. I saw a tweet from this guy. I think I liked it because I thought it was. Or maybe I haven't. But the disrespect for him. I think what was his name? He said it. Was it Taco? I forget. I don't know. Doesn't matter. This guy has scored like 20 goals. Or 30 goals and assists over the last 2 seasons playing in the Portuguese league. Like he's got an incredible track record. He really has. But I don't know if he's a little bit underwhelming. Oh, we've got Adam in the background. What's happening, Adam? How you doing, mate?
What's the story, boys? Good to be back on.
Good to see you.
Second time in a day. Delighted.
Yeah. 468 people in the house, by the way, guys. Smash the like. Smash the subscribe, comment, join the panel.
Sean, could you just swap me and you, and then we'd look like a traffic light?
Nice. Very good. Very good. How old is he? Scooter React says he's 31 years old. Let me get rid of this. Hang on a second. You know what I'll do? I'll let me show you this player profile of him. Hang on, where is it? This was interesting. I was reading this earlier about him. So it goes through his history, right? But let's get to the interesting part. Taremi left Rio Avenue or Rio Ave, whatever they are. Sorry, thought that was the name of a street for a second, and joined Porto for $4.5 million, looking to provide firepower to a side that had just won the domestic double. It followed a similar pattern of Porto recruiting players from bottom half sides. Caraca joined from Boa Vista, Claudio Ramos joined from Rio Ave, and Zaidu Sanusi arrived from Santa Clara. Whilst Porto would lose the title to Ruben Amorim Sporting, Taremi delivered on expectations by racking up 23 goals and 18 assists. That is insane. In the 2021 season, that is 41 goal contributions. He currently has 24 goals and 17 assists with 3 games remaining in the following season. This was written in 2022, right? So this is a year out of date. But for those two seasons, like that's 41 goal assists, back-to-back seasons. I don't know what he's done this year. We can look into that in a second. But the Portuguese league, look, I mean, say what you want about it. There's there's the haves and the haves not and the have-nots. But I mean, that's just insane, isn't it? And he's done it for Iran as well. I mean, are we silly to write this guy off, Adam?
I don't like. I don't know. I know very little about the guy. Very hard to comment, to be honest. What are your
Well, let
thoughts
me
on it?
finish. I mean, from what I know of him, I think he's like, he doesn't have pace. I think he's got a lovely touch. I think he's got a brilliant finish. He comes back, drops back, and connects the play up. Right. Let me read these guys. This thing here knows a little bit more about him. Taremi stands 187 meters and marries his aerial presence with a cunning goal instinct and a similar vibe to Ruud van Nistelrooy, Edin Dzeko, Karim Benzema, or Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Quite the compliment to be compared to those four. He is a technically gifted footballer with a superb finishing ability and a physicality that allows him to hold off defenders, and his link-up play allows him to drop deep and pick out teammates with superb passes. Obviously, you can see from the heat map here, he hangs on the left-hand side a little bit. I don't know if I don't even know if there's any truth to this story, but for what it's worth, like, it's coming from DiMarzio. DiMarzio's put it out on Sky Sports. Let's give it the credit that at least he should be entitled to. As seen by his heat map from Rio Ave, Taremi would play as a lone centre forward, and while his responsibility was predicated upon scoring goals, he had the ability to drop to either flank and use his strong right foot to link up with players or find the back of the net from dangerous positions. Against Benfica, I won't get into that stuff, but essentially, look, he kind of, I don't know, it sounds to me like there you go. I was about to say it. A bit like a Harry Kane.
It sounds to me like he's a bit of a wish version of Harry Kane.
100%. Yeah, he's he's the Iranian Harry Kane.
But weren't we all saying that Harry Kane, this is the perfect time for Harry Kane to leave Spurs because he doesn't necessarily fit the system? So if this guy is a discount Harry Kane, why the heck are we going in for him? Plus,
100%.
We've just bought Belize, right? So Belize comes in, Richarlison's already there. We've got two number 9s. Why? I don't understand the idea. And then we've got, a future wonder kid in Scarlett on the way up anyway. I don't understand the idea behind going after another striker. Unless all of those players are going to be very happy rotating frequently because of how much steam that Ange likes to milk out of his players. If everyone is just constantly wrecked all the time, rotating lots of different players in that spot might be something he wants to do. But did he do that with Kyogo? And so what do we need 3 strikers for? And that's assuming Harry Kane's gone, which at this point you may as well, because we're connected to so many different bloody strikers. Well, we've got 3 at the moment.
Yeah. No, yeah, I don't know, mate, to be honest. Like I say, I'm just speculating, putting it out there. It's in the news. Sky Sports are talking about it, so it has to be. Like, I think you're right. If we're talking about how
is there a kind of an argument for it? If Kane goes and we have Belize and Richarlison, is there an argument to bring him in too?
Yeah, but where do we sit? I saw someone put in the chat earlier. Where do we sit on our quota? Are we above the quota? Foreign quota?
For what?
The foreign quota?
No. It's not so much about foreign players. It's more about that. It's not so much about home players, it's about foreign players. But we can go through it. I mean, that'll take a bit of effort, but we can. It depends on who they want to keep and who they want to get rid of at the end of the season. Like, we've got 8 loan places to get rid of if we want to access them. I just feel like they're, to be honest, I think 24Z's probably right. I think you're right as well, Adam. That let me get rid of that overlay. He's 31 years old. He looks like we are getting a Harry Kane replacement that looks exactly like Harry Kane, and I don't really know if there's any necessity, but we are going to need a forward, right? Because not only do we have to replace Harry Kane's absence, but Veliz isn't going to play all the minutes, and on top of that, without Brian Hill, we are going to need somebody who can come in and rotate. At the moment, who are the fit forwards we have? Sonny, Decky. Let's assume Kane's gone. So Sonny, Decky, Richarlison,
Solomon, Perisic.
And Perisic. That's 5, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to need somebody else. We're going to need somebody else to come in. He's not going to be
no, not Troy.
Dane Scarlett.
Dane Scarlett at a push, but he's not going to. Let's be fair. He's only going to play if we're playing some back arse team in the cup game.
That'll knock us out.
That'll knock us out, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about the cup? Like, do you want Tottenham to be a cup team?
Yes.
And by that I mean, like, just never take your foot off the gas. If you have Arsenal in the league on Saturday, but you've got Luton Town in the 4th round or the 5th round of the cup on the Wednesday before, you focus on Luton just as much as you focus on Arsenal.
If not more. Like, you've got to think about the fact that no matter how well we do in the Premier League, we're never ever going to win it. Even if we're aiming for European spots, we should be. Let's be fair. Where we're at now, at best, we should be aiming for Europa, and then we should be satisfied if we get Conference League, because those are competitions that we could potentially win. We're not winning the Champions League for many, many seasons from now, and we're certainly not winning the Premier League, while Man City are just the titan of the universe. And then you've got teams like Liverpool leveling up during this transfer window. Manchester United are doing incredible things. And then you've got, Villa are doing quite well, although they'll probably suffer as they're in Europe now. Chelsea are doing incredibly well out in America right now. We're not winning the Premier League. We're not going anywhere near that title, right? So it's not even worth thinking about. And then if we can just manage to get 7th and get into the Europa Conference League, we could potentially win the Conference League next season. And we should be satisfied with that. And in the meantime, Carabao Cup, FA Cup would make us all dance for days on the ceiling. You know what I mean? Like, we haven't had silverware in so long. You wouldn't turn up your nose to a cup at the expense of finishing 7th.
Would you? Adam, would it go down to 8th though for Conference League, because Champions League goes down to 5th?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So finishing 8th, you'd be satisfied with 8th if we won an FA Cup, wouldn't you? Let's be fair.
Yeah, and also, anyway. If you look at it, an FA Cup, 3rd, 4th, 5th, quarters, semi. So it's 6 games to win the FA Cup, right? So, over a course of doing it, and also the 3rd and the 4th round is in January, when we only have 2 other league games, and potentially, and I laugh at this, potentially a 2-legged semi-final in the Carabao Cup in January as well.
It's totally manageable.
There isn't a lot of football, so I know there's the question marks. I know people were saying there's the African Cup of Nations, and then there's the Asia Cup or whatever. But actually, could you imagine we go out in the 3rd round of the FA Cup? We're literally playing 3, and we're not in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, which is, I guess, highly unlikely. We're potentially only playing 3 games in January. So,
we got to remember, like, our experience in the Champions League, we're all a little bit at risk of being entitled as a result of an incredible experience that Pochettino gave us. When he made us believe that maybe we could win the Champions League once upon a time. But that's never been who we are. And who we are, if we're going to really go back to, we're trying to live up to our DNA or go back to our DNA. We are an amazing cup side. That's who we always were. That's who we should aim to be. We could be that again immediately. You know what I mean? Immediately. You're not going to be the Premier League winners this season. It's not going to happen. We could hope that at some point the beasts, the titans in the league, will be on the downturn at some point in the future, and we'll capitalize. We'll get the beast while it's down. But right now, that's not what's happening. That's not where any of the teams are at. And no matter how well we improve this squad this summer, we're not going to improve it to the degree where we're a Manchester City, where we're a Liverpool, where we're a Man United. So let's be that great cup team now. That's in our genes. History has an awful lot to do with the outcome and potential in your when you're going one-on-one in any kind of competition. If you don't have Champions League heritage, if you don't have a history of winning that league, it's very, very hard to win it. When you have a history of having won it at least once, it gives you some kind of magic spell to go on and win it again. It's really, really hard to do it the first time around, right? Yeah. The same teams are winning it all the time, even when they're not having a particularly great season. And so what's in our DNA? What's in our blood? Winning cups. Let's go back to winning cups.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time since we won. No, I'd love it. Is it Valencia? Is it who just like the cup team in Spain? That they don't try and compete for anything, do they? They don't try and. They know they're never going to win the league. It's always Barcelona or Real Madrid, but they put everything into their into their Europa leagues and their local domestic cups. You can't be unhappy if you're a fan of that team, you know.
The Valencia, or do you mean Sevilla?
Sevilla, sorry, I knew it. Sorry, I know when I said it, I was like, that doesn't sound right immediately. Listen, it's Friday night. I've just cracked open my first, so we have to excuse any slips of the tongue going on. Listen, guys, a quick update. We have got 115 entries. We are about 45 subs away from 13,400. If we hit that, then I am going to be giving away this shirt to anyone who wins it. So smash up the like button, smash up the subscribe, and put in hashtag Harry Kane, and you're going to get yourself your very own genuine, stolen, fake. I'm not sure what it is, but it's a legit shirt. It's just in Asian sizes. So you know what you're going to get. Appreciate you. We've got someone in the background wants to come on and say hello. Who is it this time? Oh, it's Aaron. It's the new daddy. How you doing, Aaron? Good to see you, mate.
Not new daddy, because I was a daddy before, but you know,
better dad. Yeah.
Better dad.
Yeah.
Family. Daddy 2.0.
Yes.
You don't know much about this guy, mate. Do you think this Taremi fella is any truth to it, or are you just? Why are you wearing a house coat, by the way?
Why not?
Why not? I'm on a styling.
Hefner, mate.
Is that what you call it in the UK? A house coat.
I'm not styling.
Yeah, 100%. I like it. To be honest.
Cheers, bro. Primark special.
No.
Sorry, guys. Can I just point out, like, I don't normally look at the comments while I'm on the stream, but I've caught them out of the corner of my eye there, and there's so many people calling me negative for the comments.
They're right. They're right, Adam. They're right.
It's fucking ridiculous. Absolutely insane. Anyone calling me negative, I'm sorry. I'm calling you out on this. That's nonsense.
What are you negative about?
We haven't won trophies in forever, and I'm saying we can win an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup now. If you're telling me that I'm being negative because I say we can't win the Premier League or the Champions League, I'm sorry, you have delusions of grandeur. It's got nothing to do with me being negative.
Yeah, Adam, they're right in the comments, mate. You are negative.
Whatever you, Captain Sarcasm.
What do you mean,
Adam? I agree with you, and those people call me a happy clapper. So I don't know where we land. Somewhere like we're in between negative and happy clapper. We got a super chat.
Budget Hugh Hefner.
Yeah, Hugh Hefner.
I'm getting budget Hugh Hefner. How?
Yeah, Hugh Hefner.
You got the bunnies in the background, mate. That's why you've blurred out the background.
You know it. Keep it PG.
Kaylee Davis with a kind donation. Thank you, Kaylee. I hope you're okay, mate or miss. I don't know if that's a man or a woman, but either way, appreciate your support. You haven't said anything. If you want to say something, let me know and I'll bring it up. Everyone's putting in these things. Let's see what we got to talk about. So, Harry Kane, do you think it's happening tonight? I know we're going to be going until 10 o'clock, right? We're going to keep going and see what happens. And nothing happens in the next hour, and we're gonna stop. If something does happen in the next hour, then we'll talk until 10, and then we'll hand over to somebody else. I think Henry Wright is going to stream at 10. So, should there something happen,
we'll think it's going to happen tonight? I don't think it's happening tonight.
I mean, all the rumors are that it's 120 million. It's done. It hasn't been agreed. Bayern Munich putting down the hammer, saying, Daniel Levy, we've had absolutely no respect for your club or your player for the last 6 weeks, but just to really, really wind you up, it's now or never, bro. How do you think Daniel Levy is going to react to that?
Do you know what? If I know Levy like we all do, most stubborn guy in football, he lets Kane go for free, man, just so he don't get clowned on. That's what I think. Because it's looking, like I said, it looks like a take your money, block and delete moment. And I don't think Levy's got that in him. So I think I actually can see Kane staying just because all this madness, just so he can prove a point that I'm the Don, even though he might lose 100 mil. I can see him staying now just because of that, just to prove that he's that guy, you know? So we all know Levy's a dodgy, you know, I know he loves money, but I don't think he likes being disrespected how he is, you know. So I can see him going for free, to be honest.
Where do you, Aaron? I'll stay with you. Welcome back, Soren. Good to see you, mate. Aaron, where would you put the transfer window? Presuming that Mickey van der Ven is done, right? Presuming that this guy Veliz is done. Presuming Harry Kane has gone,
Okay.
Where?
Yeah.
What are you giving the window? I hate to say the words, the infamous words. Thus far.
Thus far.
We still got time on our side, but we haven't had the thus far conversation yet. What are we saying? If Harry Kane leaves tonight or this weekend, I want everyone in the chat as well to let me know. What are you giving the window based on the idea of Maddison in?
Yeah.
And Solomon, Van der Ven, those guys. What are you giving it?
So it's a difficult one because, to be honest, I'd never heard of Van der Ven before. Before this window, he was like just another average. You're not average, but
just a name,
just an up and coming centre back. Nothing. We've blown it up so much. He should have been done in 2 days. But we've blown it up so much. Now we are hoping he comes in as Jan Vertonghen 2.0, ready to go, number 5. Like it's a difficult one. I would say a lot of 4s. I would say the reason why I give it 4 is because if Maddison didn't get relegated and he had 3 years on his contract, we wouldn't have got him, or it would have been going to the last days. Yeah. Solomon was an easy one. The Vicario is the second choice. I don't care what anyone. I'm not going to say Laurie's 26, Vicario 26 years old. I'm not going to say it, yeah. but that wasn't another easy deal. None of these deals looked like they were difficult to do. The only one that looked difficult was Tap Sober, and that's done. So I'll give it a 4. I'll give it right now. I'll give it a 4. If Harry Kane stays, I would still give it a 4 because it looks like there was no planning. Like it feels like there's no planning. It's if Kane goes, then oh my god, we've got these unknown strikers coming.
If Kane stays,
it still feels like
and everything else is the same.
I'd give it a 5, a 4 if Kane goes, and a 5 if he stays.
Kane's only worth
1. That's how little that Harry Kane is worth to your team.
Yes.
1 out of 10.
Yes, because you know what? Because the thing is, we all love Harry Kane and stuff. He's the top professional. But there was a point where he did down tools under Nuno. So
yeah, he did.
He could just start walking around now. Not what's stopping him from walking around for a year.
Just remember the number, magic number 46, Aaron. Yeah, magic number 46. Yeah.
Okay. But I just
is that the goals that he's got left to score? Yeah.
No. That's how many goals Hugo let in his first season. So.
Okay. Oh yes. So.
Yeah.
That's a difficult. So who was that? When Sorry to go off a bit, but who was the 2 defenders when Lloris was in goal for his first season? Who were the 2 centre backs?
Dawson and Thingy, wasn't it?
Dawson and Thingy.
What Dawson was playing when? Okay, so Dawson and who was the second centre back?
When Lloris first came in,
when Lloris first came in and he started his first season, who was
Dawson,
the 2 centre backs?
Dawson and King, no?
Oh, Woodgate? No, that was.
Was there the King in the team with Lloris?
No, that was Mark. That was ages before then.
Was it?
I can't remember.
I can't remember. It's been that long.
Dawson.
The song.
Tottenham 20. Hang on.
Sorry to go off. I'm just trying to work out because we've got we think that
2013 Tottenham team, 2014 Tottenham team.
Kabul. Yunus Kabul.
Yeah. Jan Vertonghen, Vlad Scherches. Yeah.
Kiriches. He had bombs in front of him, and he's still done a 46. Yeah. Okay. So
no.
Michael Dawson wasn't in that team.
I don't know.
He was season 12 to 13.
William Gallas
is the manager.
Was Gallas there? Sorry to go off. Anyways, I'll give it a 4 out of 10.
All right. Let's bring in,
do you know who was there in the squad, and he's still there now? Ryan Mason.
Of course, he's there. Wait, so was it what Yunus Kabul and Michael Dawson in Lloris's first season?
Now, our defenders in the 12-13 season were William Gallas, Yunus Kabul, Jan Vertonghen, Michael Dawson, Stephen Calker, Kyle Walker. Yeah. William Gallas was probably playing a lot in that season, to be fair to him.
Well, did I see him with a captain's armband at one point with him Gallas for Spurs?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think Lloris done amazingly well. William Gallas and Michael Dawson.
I'm not having this. Walker, Vertonghen, Dawson. I'm sorry, I'm not having this.
No, that Walker wasn't the same.
It doesn't matter because when Big Vicario comes and concedes less than 46 goals, you know who's coming after you first.
All right, pin this year. Vicario will concede more than 50 goals this season.
No chance.
More than 50.
Well, it depends.
Yeah,
It
4 out of 10,
depends if
sure.
my boy's a right back or not. If Porro's a right back, then I'll have to agree with you. But if my boy Emerson's there,
hang on, are you being,
Romero-
hey, first and wait. Are you being serious, Aaron? That you think that we're going to concede more than 50 goals? Yeah.
So this is what I think. I think he will concede more than Lloris did for his first season, which I think was 46. Barry, yeah.
Yes.
So I think he will be more than 46 for his first season.
All right, then let me know in the chat. Do you agree? Do you think Vicario is
High line, it will be Eric Dyer. Eric Dyer will play more games than Van der Ven this season as well. He'll play more games.
You got some takes. I need to clip this up afterwards.
I'm just saying, yeah, because
someone in the chat who has my number, can you make some clips on that, please? The 1-minute clips, and then email me the links so I can add them to my file, because I'm coming back for this at the end of the season. Barry, you're saying you agree with him, subject to Emerson not getting enough minutes.
So it's up to Emerson whether he concedes more or not.
Mate, we haven't seen the GOAT at right back in his favoured position, so that's all I'm saying. What else?
My
can
stream
say?
is buffering. People are saying the stream is buffering. What the hell?
Is it?
Yeah, way more.
Is it buffering?
Let me go check on YouTube.
I don't know what's going on. It looks fine for me, but it might be YouTube messing up.
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Apologies, not my fault.
So yeah, look, I think it'll be close. That 46 number is going to be close. Van der Ven, Romero, Royale, and Adoji probably. So.
And Adoji's not ready either, man. He backs up so much. In the past, I love the way he moves forward and stuff. But if you notice, he doesn't go to block anything. He just backs up. So
he must have been watching. That must be the Tottenham Hotspur way of defending, right? They're playing the video and they blow out, and then it's the old. Because even Porro, I've seen him putting the old arms behind the back and
behind the back.
You know,
that's that translation from Dyer, though, isn't it?
Yeah, he's just telling them all.
Yeah,
how do I defend? How do I defend?
50 goals this season.
Was that good, Eric? Was that good? Yeah. Yes, Porro. Thank you.
I don't know. Sure, look, guys, everyone's saying that it's the stream's lagging. It's nothing to do with my stuff. It must be on
Game Boy Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it must be on YouTube side. You guys, we can all hear each other fine, right?
Yeah,
it's perfect on here.
Yeah,
this must be a StreamYard thing. Okay, we'll carry on, and if just let us know, guys, if it gets better or not. But sorry, I don't know what to do if it's messing up. Soren, what's your thus far for the window?
I'm kind of sort of going to sit right in the middle and say a 5, because as long as we've got Van der Ven in, then I think we're halfway to our centre back quota that we need. We've got Maddison in, the young Argentinian up front. Yeah, I think I've got to give it a 5. But it could very easily go up and down. I don't think it really matters on whether Kane stays or goes, but we certainly need another centre back. Personally, I think if Kane goes, I'd like to see another right back, and then move Porro up to that attacking front rather than being classed as a defender.
What realistic right back would you pick in the Prem now? Like a realistic one?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously, I'd be looking at Hakimi. Should we bring that one up again?
He's not a right back.
Well, yeah, that's
if we bring in Hakimi, we might as well talk about Bastoni, right? Because that's the other centre back we're going to go.
Well, he's coming this summer. Have you not
heard?
Guardiola.
Guardiola, win it. Both of them together.
No, I mean, I don't know who I would pick as a right back, but I would like another right back in if Kane goes, and I would push Porro up front, because Porro and Adoji as our backs, then it's going to be, I think we'll be worse than 50 goals if we're going to rely on 2 people. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. To be honest with you, I'm on the line. I know we're changing subject a little bit, but I really want to see Levy come out and say, "Stuff you, Bayern, we're keeping him."
That's what I think.
I would love.
No.
I would love it if we turn around and say we're keeping him.
No. My goodness, no.
I've got to say, I'm ready to move on. If you love him, let him go. Like I feel like it's time for me.
No,
I want him to go and win his trophy. I want us to get our 100 million. I want us to go and buy an absolute world-class centre back. Or like
I want him to go to the Bundesliga instead of the Premier League.
I want him out. Yeah, exactly.
I do agree. Yeah, I do agree with letting him go, but I just think the way Bayern have conducted themselves, I would just love it to, for him to turn around and say, no, he's not coming to you. Find somebody else.
But you know what? It's like it's better the devil you know, right? You'd rather him go to Bayern Munich than to go to Man United next year. I got to be honest. Hang on a second. I've got this one from Bone Star 2K. What's happening, Bone Star? Sober takes the window from a 4 to a 6. Is the window a 4? What did you give it, Soren? No. What did you say, mate?
Me?
What was your number? Yeah, what was your number? Your number's a 5 right now.
Yeah, right now it's 5.
How do you get it to an 8?
How would I get it to an 8? If a tap sober came in and we get rid of some dead wood, then it's at least an 8. I'd like to see, especially some of the backup defenders. I'd love to see Dyer go so it stops all the. Are we keeping him? Are we not? Certainly want Sanchez out. I mean, if Dyer stays and Sanchez goes with a couple of the others then and Rodon, then to me, it's a damn good window. If Tapsoba comes in, that's one I was thinking of.
This is a really interesting one, right? Yeah. Walker Peters is going to be available. Southampton aren't going to keep him. He can play on the right and the left. He can invert. He's fast. He's doesn't have the injury issues.
The thing,
I don't think that Southampton can keep him, even though they've just sold.
I don't think the left-hand side's such a problem if we do get Van der Ven, because he can play left back anyway. So I'm not as worried about the left side as I am the right side.
He can play on the right, though. He can play on the right, though. He was a right back at Tottenham.
If we got someone like Walker Peters in, then I wouldn't mind actually seeing. Bloody hell, his name's gone. Who's the lad we bought last year and put out on loan? On the right side.
Don't say it, Solon. Don't say what you're going to say, mate. Please don't say what I think you're going to say.
Don't say it.
I think we need to see what he can do.
We need to see at least 20 minutes of Jed. That would be nice this season.
I mean, look, as a second, third choice, I would rather get somebody in. I'm not saying that, but I do think he deserves a bit of a chance.
Not based on
I don't know, mate. Listen. I feel like I've kept an eye on him in France, mate. I feel like the only decent shift he put in was against Mbappe. Yeah. And again, in his time at Forest, the only decent shifts that I saw him put in were against Arsenal and United. I feel like this guy is someone that rocks up. He's the guy who's he's your mate who can't pull a 6, can't pull a 7 ever. Every time you go out with him, he can't do anything. But every now and again, he has the nuts to go up and talk to a 9 out of 10 and somehow manages to smash her. And I'm like you've got the ability, but why aren't you doing it every week? Why aren't you doing it every Friday night, bro?
Does anybody not think Emerson should be our starting right back?
Not think or does think?
I think he should be.
I think it depends on who you're playing against. If you're playing against a team that requires a bit more defensive nous, then you go with Emerson. If you need playing against a team that we can just absolutely conquer, then you play Porro. I think it's pure tactics.
No, I think you play Porro instead of Kulusevski.
And leaving a 2 at the back, basically.
Wait, can I let me just park for a second. Are we guilty of as Tottenham fans of saying because we don't think Porro can play at right back, he therefore has to play inside forward?
Yes.
Because I don't think he's perfectly fit for the inside forward role either. I don't think he's fast enough. I don't think his footwork is quick enough. I think he's clever. He's technical, and I like him as a player. I just think we bought a guy for a different system, and now we're stuck with a guy.
I think he's fine as a right wing back, though, as long as we play the high line. Once we get used to playing like a Liverpool, the guy is no different than Trent Alexander-Arnold. That guy can't defend for crap, but he played right wing back for Liverpool for a very long time because they played deep in the opponent's half and they played a very, very high line. And that's if you think about them in the exact same way, Porro is also very good at set pieces, right? They're very, very similarly comparable players. And Liverpool played with Trent and in that position for a very long time.
Yeah, he's a centre mid now, isn't it? Just put Porro at centre mid.
There he is.
Yeah.
honestly, Porro, from the games that when I saw him at Wolves and I saw him at Leeds, he is by far so much better than when he's in that defence. He's like he doesn't even know what he's doing.
Yeah,
Mm.
and
Yeah,
he's
he's
a
know what
natural
he's doing.
crosser.
Yeah, I think we all agree he's not a fullback, but every time that Ange has put him on the pitch, he's played at right back. We haven't even seen, like, he hasn't even given him 5 minutes playing as a. Look, I'll trust Ange over any of us, to be honest. But
all I'll say is when Emerson's played in pre-season, in his half that he's played, we've only conceded 1 goal or 2 goals. No,
he looked good, you know. Emerson looked good. Yeah, he looked good. When he comes on the inside, he looks good, bro.
One goal against West Ham. No goals against City Sailors, Ladyboys.
Is that your selling point? Emerson Royal has to start against Manchester United because he didn't concede against the Singapore plumbing side.
No. Emerson needs to start because he's a fucking legend. That's why.
Yeah, I think he needs to start.
Yeah, he'll be captain. He'll be the captain, I think.
Oh my god!
Emerson.
I'd literally that would be my dream.
Yeah,
he looks like the glue though. In all the videos and that, he's like friendly with everyone. You know, he's laughing with everyone. Like he seems like he's the guy in the changing room.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Could you imagine? Ange just rocks out. I'll be like, I think I'd die and go to heaven.
Don't forget, guys, 670 you in the house. Need you to be smashing the like button. I'm not keeping an eye on the ratios, but I'm guessing it's nowhere near 60%. We need to be at 300 likes, 350 likes, because that's just free to do and it helps the stream out. But what also you could be doing right now is hitting the word #HarryKane into the comment section. And if we get about another 30 subbies before the end of the show, then somebody's going to be winning this genuine replica Asian version.
I can't believe you keep talking about Sean. I showed you this the other day that arrived. It was the time people will love this shirt. This is prime Dele Alli, Christian Eriksen. When we were Eriksen, man. Decent.
Oh, you're on the old ones as well, are you? You got the old retros. I'm going to be doing also giveaways because I know that other people are like sometimes there's not all Tottenham fans that are in here, so they might not want to necessarily have a 2023-24 Tottenham shirt. What I might also be doing is getting hold of some retro Bayern Munich shirts or maybe some retro Juventus shirts or some shirts.
You dodgy guy.
Sean,
I've got access, mate. I've got access to all the goodies, bro. They're all legit. Sort of.
Said Del Boy.
Just the sizes off. Just the sizes off, and it's in Asian, and
yeah.
Other than that, it's legit.
Yeah. And the shirt will arrive at your mail in about 6 to 8 weeks.
Months.
Get those Harry Kane hashtags in, guys, and we'll do the draw at the end of the show. Where were we? Okay, so let's get back to it. So who said so? So Soren, right now you're at a 5 for the thus far. Aaron's at a 4. And Soren, you've given the to get it to an 8. You need to see pretty much you want to see a lot of players out the door. I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, I think another centre back, probably a decent. I mean, a lot of it does depend. You know, if we're going to get rid of Højbjerg and things like that, then we need to be replacing them. So it all depends on who comes in and who goes out. You know, if we start getting rid of other players, forget Kane. If we start getting rid of other players as well, and we don't replace, then it can easily drop. You know, it could end up as a 3 or a 4.
Soren, do you think we need a replacement for Højbjerg?
Well, maybe not, but we certainly need probably that holding midfielder. If we're going to play with Porro and Udogie, we've got to have some sort of holding midfielder to help protect them back too. You know, I mean, we look at the pace of maybe Van de Ven, but you know, if they're all well up, we can't be relying on some defender getting back. If we're up against teams that are going to try and break that high line, so
Ollie Skip will play in the 6 then.
Well, I mean, who else is there at the moment? You know, if Højbjerg goes,
please.
I mean, yeah, but will it be Sarr? That's the thing.
You know what? If Skip was from Senegal and Sarr was from the youth team, it would be completely different. like it would be Sarr playing 110%.
Well, I mean,
it'd be Sarr.
I like the look of the young lad. You know, I said it on a stream a bit ago that he reminds me of like a Patrick Vieira, and he could be something pretty. No, I think he could be something pretty good given the chances. But as we've seen so far, I mean, I know we're talking of a different era now under Tottenham, but you know, he'd come in, he'd have 20 minutes here or 10 minutes there, but he never got that run of games, and that, you know, that. Someone like Pap Sarr needs a run of games so he can get that confidence in there. You know, it's like any team. If you've got a young lad like that who thinks he could put a great game in, but then it probably won't play the next game, there's no incentive for him to play.
It's facts. It's facts. That is facts. Because it would be Skip. Because when they both were really good at AC Milan, everyone was thinking, all right, Sarr's got to play the next game.
Yeah,
no,
and he did.
Skip.
Yeah.
And it'll be the same for the rest of the season.
Bissouma's going to have a big season this year. I think we're going to really rely on him, and then obviously hope Bentancur comes back in the form that he was. You know, gets that form back rather than isn't quite the same player. But I do think it's a shame we didn't get Kessie. I would have liked to have seen him in a Spurs shirt.
So when Bentancur comes back, does that make Sarr like fourth choice? So we won't actually see him if Bentancur comes back.
Hold up, let's find out. Right, this is I just put this together right now. Is this assuming Harry Kane leaves? Assuming Harry Kane's out the door, assuming Van de Ven comes in, is this the squad that you would expect to line up against Brentford? Vicario in goal, Udogie at left, Van de Ven in the middle with Romero. I know what you're going to say, Barry, but either him or Emerson. Bissouma, Sarr, Maddison, Son, Richie Decky, or is there, and let me know in the comments as well, is there any other variation? Would you rather have him there and someone like Solomon on the left?
Perisic,
yeah, interesting. Okay, Perisic.
What
about Sarr or Lo Celso? Could you play Lo Celso?
It'd be Skip, won't it?
You think it'll be Skippy?
I think it could be Lo Celso.
I think that Lo Celso and Maddison is a little bit too aggressive in the 2-8s, to be honest. I don't know which one of them is going to do the defensive graft.
But we all know it's going to be Bentancur as soon as he's back, right?
Yeah, I think you might see.
Yeah, but he's not back till November, or October.
Yeah. I think you might see Gio and Maddison in home games. When you look to dominate, I think it'll be them two.
Yeah.
But when we're away at Brentford, there's no way. There's no way. I think it'll be Skip, Bissouma, and Maddison. That's what I think it will be. And I won't be shocked if it was Perisic. If it wasn't Perisic instead of Son. So I think it might.
You think Sonny wants? Do you think Sonny will be on the bench for the opening?
He might be on the bench. I think he might.
I think Richie will start up front.
Yeah, I think Richie will start, and I think you might see Perisic.
Because you know what, mate? I actually think that Perisic suits the left role more than Sonny, but I can't imagine that Ange would have the stones to put Sonny on the bench for the first game of the season.
What if you had Perisic out on the right and Sonny on the left and Richarlison down the middle?
No, I think Decky's there to stay, to be honest.
Decky? No. Decky's the most likely to get dropped of the three. Of Son, Richarlison, Decky. Decky's the easiest to drop.
Yeah, of course.
Decky and Richie are the two that are going to get dropped.
Do we all think Perisic is going to be here?
I think so.
I genuinely think that it's a bit of a headache. I feel like with the there was a few players that I think that everyone was assuming that we're going to leave, and that were on the chopping block. I think Perisic was obviously one. I think Lo Celso was one, and I think their performances in pre-season has given Postecoglou a good headache or a bad headache. I don't know how you want to describe it, but ultimately, I think Perisic has shown that he naturally fits the left inside forward role far more than Sonny. That's why part of the rationale for me to get on board Harry Kane leaving the club is because his absence will give more minutes for Sonny in the 9 and allow Perisic to play, and it gives Ange less of a headache in regards to dropping Son. That makes sense?
Do you think Perisic has got the legs to play the sort of system as a starter that Postecoglou is going to want? I think you'll see Sonny.
He's not asked to do that. He's not asked to defend very much, or not as much.
No, but I mean, he's not going to do a lot of closing down neither. He hasn't got the legs. He hasn't got the. I think you'll see Sonny there, Richarlison up front.
We're getting relegated with that team.
You won't get relegated with that team.
So, hang on, we're going to get. Because I don't think anybody was in favour of Skip. So some people were saying
I think so.
Yeah, Gil. Yeah, I think Perisic will stay because of the Gil injury. That's I'd say that as well. Plus, Perisic has the cleanest step overs I think I've ever seen from any human.
Oh, I love the cadence.
His step overs are so clean, bruv. It's so clean.
I think you'll see Perisic more coming on as a sub.
No Porro.
Surely,
you don't want Porro?
Surely
You don't think
that's the chat says no Porro.
Shawnee, breaking news.
What?
There is no real deadline set from Bayern Munich.
Oh.
Their new offer. However,
end the stream, Dave.
However,
I put it on. I thought there was a deadline.
Bayern are expecting a response from Tottenham Hotspur over the weekend, and it's from that our favourite Pletty. I'm not going to say the second word that we were calling him, Pletty. C-bomb.
Is that the guy with the forehead that everyone keeps tweeting on Twitter?
Yeah.
So it's like you got a deadline, the lol joke in the group chat. Is that what?
Yeah.
This is going on to the last day of the window, and we won't replace Harry Kane, and it'll be a big January by Ali Gold. That's what happened. They'll sell him last minute.
Massive January incoming.
Huge January war chest incoming. Huge January. That's not good.
I think we've got a lot to be getting rid of. If I'm honest, that's what I want to see now in the next couple of weeks. Is getting rid of a lot of the players that we need to get rid of. Right.
How much money do you think we're going to raise from outgoings?
Have you got a calculator?
Ndombele, Sanchez, 20 million. If that's for both of them, I'd take 20 million off right now. Probably maybe even 15. So let's call it 20 million for those two. 25 for Højbjerg, 30 for Højbjerg, so that's 50 million.
I think you've got to be looking at 35 for Højbjerg.
So
no,
call
30,
it 30 to be generous.
30, round 30.
So then that's 50
Shut
million.
up, Will. We know you don't like him.
So 50 million from there, 100 million from Kane, 150 million. But we're not going to use it to. We're not going to spend all that high because I think we'll just be panicking. We'll do what we did with the Bale money. We'll do what we did with Conte. We'll go and sign 7 players because we love signing 7 players, right? That's what we love doing. The magnificent 7 all the time. So
yeah, I think 2 guys. I completely overlooked.
50
sorry,
million,
guys,
60 million, maybe. I don't know.
That's it. Sorry, Nick. Give me 2 seconds, mate. We'll come back to it. Amir in the house, a member of the channel for 14 months, man. You've been a member for basically since I started, I think, since I got to 1,000, since I monetized, even though I'm demonetized pretty much permanently now. Appreciate you. Amir, he says, I really hope that Kane stays. Coming, Spurs. Big up everyone. For your information, Robbie Keane is off to a flyer over here. Of course he is. Who's the manager? Is he a manager of? Is it Hapoel Tel Aviv? He's the manager of? I think it's Hapoel Tel Aviv, isn't it? Hapoel. I don't know how you say it. But big up, Amir. Hope you're doing okay, my man. Love to see you. Daniel Larson, member for 5 months. Big up, Daniel. Big up, Sean. That's all I have to say. Oh, big up.
That's it. Bro. I'm done.
That's it. And that's it. I'm done.
Over to you.
Is that Jimmy Carr?
Kaylee Davis. Now I know she's a lady. She's a lady who wants us to win all the cups. There you go, Adam. You got someone on your side on the cup competition. You negative git. So negative for wanting us to win the trophies. Thank you, Kaylee. I appreciate the support. You didn't need to put it in actually, you probably did because I would have missed it. I almost missed the super chat, let alone I would have missed the comment. But I really appreciate you for the ongoing support. And we got a new member of the show, Paul Gartside. Big up, Paulie. Good to see you, mate. Looking forward to meeting you on the phone-in shows that are coming very, very soon. Sorry, Nick. Get back to your point, mate. You're saying you reckon we can raise £50 million?
Yeah.
From Højbjerg, from Sanchez, from Endom.
Are you not thinking we're getting anything for Loris?
No. I think they're just going to say. I think Lloris, Roden might be ripped up. Contracts might be ripped up for those two.
Tanganga.
I think Tanganga stays. I think from the quota and also the way that. When I went to the academy, the way that they talk about him, and I think it's been a combination of things, right? He's not obviously how many managers has he had? I don't think they found out actually what his best position is, because when he's, he played on the left against Liverpool, I think, and then he played on the right against someone else. Yeah. So there's no real there. And then he's played at right, obviously played that horrible centre-back role when we played Chelsea and got absolutely smashed. So I don't think they found the position or found where he fits in, but I don't think Tanganga's going anywhere. And I actually, if it was a choice between him and Rodon, I'd love for Tanganga to just not get a chance, but to kind of show us what he can do, because I don't think he's shown us. We've seen bits and pieces, but he's not really shown. He's not really. And yes, some of it has been because of the injuries, some of it has been because of the managers and everything else. But I don't think he's had. I mean, look, if you look at Sessegnon, for example, Sessegnon's had enough chances to prove himself, right? I don't think Tanganga's at the level that Sessegnon has had to prove himself in whatever position.
Do you think the problem with Sess, though, is just that hamstrings?
No, his football IQ is not at the level, man.
No, but
when I saw him get rinsed by what's his name from Chelsea, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, he got absolutely destroyed, and that guy's like an average footballer. Like I can't.
When he was still with Fulham, all the potential was there. He came to us, and them hamstrings just kept going and going. And he never got to the point. I mean, I'm not defending. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to defend him, but you just kind of think if he actually had a proper run of games, could he get somewhere? Could he get to nearly where we was hoping he would get to, or do we just write him off now?
I think write him off, but I think you're right, because with the hamstring thing, because it is psychological, and they did say something. Obviously, with Cess, there's a lot of psychological stuff going on, right? I by no means am I comparing myself with Ryan Sessegnon. I tore my hamstring. I tore my hamstring playing cricket, right?
No, Nick, please do. Please do.
Okay. Me and Ryan Sessegnon, we've both done our hamstrings. So I know how he feels, right? No,
elite sports people know the pain of a hammy.
No, right. So I did, obviously, again, obviously in cricket it's explosive, stop, start, and everything else, right? I did my hamstring 2.5 years ago playing cricket, right? And now every time there's in the back of my mind when I'm going to start off for that run, I'm thinking, and I've stopped wearing my thigh pad, because where the strap comes over my thigh pad, it's right on the point of it. And ever since I've stopped wearing the thigh pad, there's been less of that sort of worry that something's going to happen. So I do get
consequences, though. He's received 74 fastballs into his thigh, and he's now got a permanent dead leg, but no more hamstring issues. Easy come, easy go.
You can just imagine that explosive set-off from Barry, can't you? Bang! Oh, it's gone again.
Yeah. Oh, he puts that cover drive across the.
I'll tell you what, boys. Over 10 yards. Over 10 yards, I am rapid. After
10 yards, he's knackered.
He's always good for a quick single, but a dot, but a two, no chance. No. He's on the other end.
2 weeks ago, I ran. Last week, I ran 3 2s in a row. I was absolutely screwed. I was like, "Give me oxygen, give me water. We'll take a breather, please." I'm
done.
I'm done.
Listen, let me just pause for a second and say I want to say a massive thank you. It doesn't even show up in the StreamYard, but I saw people saying thank you to my latest mod and a really great guy, a massive supporter of the show, Drew Ziller, who is a member of the channel, but he also I think he's just gifted 5 memberships to 5 guys. I don't know who those guys are. I can't see them. It's not coming up on StreamYard, but I saw some gratitude. Big up, Drew Ziller, mate. Very, very generous of you. I really appreciate it. And to whoever those 5 guys are, I look forward to catching up with you, along with Drew and everybody else on the fan shows. I'm going to get it done this weekend. I swear. I know I've been terrible. I keep pushing it off. Tomorrow or Sunday, it is happening. But thank you so much, Drew. Very, very cool. Let's take a little check-in and see what we're doing here. There's 184 entries into the giveaway for the shirt. we still haven't quite reached the milestone. We're about 17 or 18 subbies away. If 18 of you haven't subscribed to the channel, all you got to do is, well, I think you just hit the subscribe button and then just hit the word hashtag Harry Kane into the thing, and then you will participate in the draw. And we're not going to be going for much longer, 25, 30 minutes, something like that. And then we'll see who it wins. I hope that whoever I'm sending the shirt to doesn't live on the moon, because the postage might cost more than the shirt did. But you know how it works when you get these bad boys out of the back of a factory lorry, so to speak. So keep hitting that hashtag Harry Kane. Let's get back to where were we on the chat? Apart from Barry's hamstring, so let's talk about the fullback situation. So we've got Reguilon. Is anyone of the inclination to keep Serge Reguilon? We've got Real Sociedad interested in him. Now that we've got Van de Ven, it does give you options to be. You can't sell Cess, right? You can't sell him. He's obviously he's out for 3 months. Poor bloke. I'm not going to say poor bloke. You know what? The guy's earning 70 grand a week to sit on a massage table for like the last 5 years. Like he's doing just fine. Yeah. Without him, we know Perisic isn't going to be used in that role. So we currently have Ben Davies, Destiny, Udogie, and Udogie, however you say his name, and then and Van de Ven or Reguilon. Is there any, if Van de Ven is the only centre back we sign and he's going to be playing on the left, do we need to keep Reguilon? Start with you, Adam. I haven't heard much from you for a while, mate. You're in the dark as well. You're very quiet.
Yeah, forgive me. Reguilon, I would keep. I've never had any issues with Reguilon, to be honest. Like, obviously, we heard when Conte came in that he saw him as a party boy, and he was like, "No, get this guy out of the side." But Reguilon, yes, he's another one of those that's defensive capabilities are not quite up to scratch for what you'd expect. But again, if we're going to play a really high line, we're going to get caught out a lot. There's going to be a lot of goals against us, lads. There will be. But as long as we are absolutely prolific up front, then, Reguilon is amazing at crossing the ball in. I think his crossing gets completely underrated. The amount of times that he put the ball directly on Harry Kane's foot or his head when he had a long run of games it was phenomenal. So to have him crossing balls in from the left and Porro crossing balls in from the right, I think we'll end up having a lot more creative output from the back lines than we've ever had. And so when you consider, I would 100% agree that after we sort out, I'm still concerned about the keeper as well, to be honest. But let's assume Vicario gets better, and then he's the next best thing since sliced bread. If we get, why are you
concerned about Vicario?
I've always been concerned about Vicario since we signed him. I think he's definitely an example of a cheap signing over the savvy signing. The savvy signing was Raya, always at night, all day, every day, and twice on Sundays. Vicario is the cheap signing, and Raya is the signing we should have gone for. Absolutely. And now Arsenal are going to get him, and they're going to have two keepers that are probably better than the one that we have. But I mean, Vicario needs a chance, but I've seen nothing from him in pre-season that inspires me whatsoever. And so I'm really, really worried. I'm genuinely worried. And people are giving me stick over that, but I don't give a toss.
What's Vicario done to make you feel worried? We haven't seen anything of him yet.
When you watch, I said, I was saying this to Sava, and he was like, he said he couldn't understand how I was making the decisions based on watching highlight reels. But I sat and I watched about 30 minutes of highlight reels of him, right? And every single time that there's a shot,
I know he parries. He likes to parry, doesn't he?
It either out for a corner, which means we're going to get a serious amount of corners against us, which we've not been very good at defending against in quite some time, or he'll palm it straight back out into the danger zone. And then it's 50-50 whether it ends up in front of an opponent player or it goes to our own side. And so I'm genuinely concerned that the guy can pull off spectacular saves, but then the ball doesn't end up somewhere where it's much better. And you know what I mean? Because you're just giving the opponents chances. So I'm concerned. I'm not going to look like it's not something that I'm crying out to the world where we really effed up. The guy deserves a chance to prove his quality. But I am worried. That's all I'm saying. I'm worried about the quality of the keeper. And so that's an area where it's 50-50 whether or not we actually need to end up replacing him at some point in the future. Then we need an extra centre back, even though we have Van der Ven coming in. We still need another centre back. We need a number 6. And we possibly another number 8 as well, because we can't seem to decide who the heck is going to play in the number 8 role between Skip, Sarr, and whoever else. And then, who knows what way this new striker is going to turn out. But ultimately, what I'm saying is we need a new centre back. We need a number 6, definitely. If we get those two signings,
it's an interesting take, mate. A lot of people are kind of like with you. Some people are with you, saying they feel the same. I see Aaron nodding his head as well. Other people are saying give the bloke a chance.
I'm willing to give him a chance. I'm allowed to be worried at the same time, lads.
You've got no choice. You've got no choice but to give him a chance. He's straight in, number 1. That's it.
Yeah, no choice but to give him a chance. And I haven't seen enough to suggest that I've already written him off entirely. I am giving him a chance. All I'm saying is I am concerned, and rationale and logic would dictate that it's sensible.
Listen, I hear you, mate. I hear you, and you got to sometimes if you're on panel shows, you have to take a side, take a stance.
Yeah,
You have to. Sit on one side of the fence occasionally, not like Barry, who sits on. He's got splinters up his rectum like, all day, every day.
That's only because he can't get off the fence because of his hamstring.
Yeah. How'd you get up there? How'd you get on that fence with that hammy of yours?
He got up there and pulled it.
I ain't joking, Baz.
After we sort out the centre back and the number 6, I think the most pressing thing is I would bring in a fullback who was 2-footed, who was capable of being on one side or the other, depending on which side we want most of the attack to go down. You get Reguilon to go down the left hand side and sit. Like maybe Emerson and Porro are fine on the right, and then just depending on whether you want to go defensive or offensive, you could play one or the other. On the left hand side, then you need someone who is solid defensively, and maybe that's it's a good idea to go for that's probably the next priority after a midfielder and another centre back. So, but I am to come back around to properly landing on that question. I'm happy with Reguilon for this season. If it's Reguilon and Udogie for this season on the left, I'm all right.
All right,
take, bro.
Listen, look, mate. I like the fact you take. Listen, I understand exactly where you're coming from. I wanted Raya massively. I didn't. Vicario for me was a bit underwhelming. I'm going to give the guy a chance. I can't make up my mind, but I know why you're saying what you're saying. I've seen the same highlights you have, and he's only made one. Let's be honest. In 90 minutes of football that he's played, 3 goals was it that were conceded?
Yeah, 4 shots. He's had 4 shots against him, and 3 have gone in.
So, but 2 of them, I don't think 2 of them weren't his fault. The headers from corners, but one of the corners was because he gave the corner away by panicking against West Ham. So
again, the sensible place to land. Sorry, Søren, but the sensible place to land is that you don't have to write him off, but you should be concerned. That's the sensible position to take.
I mean, the thing we've got to remember is it's a brand new goalkeeper. So he's playing with defenders that he doesn't know as well, and he's coming into a new team. Everything that I don't think anybody would disagree that we should have got Raya, but I don't think we were ever paying 40 million for him. He probably wasn't the first choice, but we've got to give him a chance. I mean, the worst case scenario is if he's not good enough, Forster starts, which. It's better than I'd be quite happy with him starting.
No, Foster. Look, I don't want him as a first choice, but I'm fine with Foster if he has to come in if something happens. Let me ask you this: Is there any rationale or justification at all that if Arsenal can agree a deal quickly but not be quite confirmed for 20 million, would you go back in? To Brentford and say, I'll give you 22.
Yeah.
You all would do that, would you? Nick, would you do that?
I'll just drop 25 and done. 25. Yeah. You get him.
Yeah. Yeah. Have Vicario as our number 2.
That's
right?
The indictment. That in and of itself is. Let me know in the chat if Raya is available for 20. If the guy, what's his name, Matthew Blenheim phones up Daniel Levy and says, I know we asked you for 40, but we're willing to take 25. Would you, if you were, well, the guys in the comments, you are fans, would you find that 25 million and go and get it? Let me know. And the answer in the panel here is universal yes. So 100%. That's a bit of an indictment on the confidence in Vicario, I feel like.
I mean, I think the thing we've got to see is, how he plays on Sunday and Tuesday. But, let's see. I mean, hopefully we're going to put a team out that might play more than 45 minutes. Let's see how he does.
I'm actually inclined now that you say that. Like, I didn't really weigh in on what score I would give the transfer window so far, and I think now that we're having this discussion, I actually would say the transfer window so far is a 4. I genuinely would, because I legitimately.
I never asked you, Adam. Yeah, we never asked you. Sorry, mate.
I think it's a 4. I think that at the end of the day, the players that are looking really sweet right now for us are Udogie, who was we already signed last season, so that's not this transfer window.
Conte boy.
Lo Celso, who's coming back with a completely different attitude and playing really well. Who did you say, Aaron?
What, for who we've brought in?
No, he said Conte boy when you said
Udogie.
He was
Conte's boy, innit? Udogie was Conte, wasn't he?
So. Right. So Udogie came in before last season. Basuma has come along and he's like seems like he's a whole new player, but again, we didn't buy him this transfer window. Who else that was there? There was a fourth one I was thinking of. Richarlison looks like he's gonna be revitalized under in this particular system with Ange. So these are all players that we had already, right? So when you look at the players that have come in, Maddison is definitely a marquee signing, but we haven't seen a lot from him yet, and we need to, it remains to be seen what will happen. But I do think that's an excellent signing, and I think Solomon was great business, but again, it was cheaping out. We got him for free. That's a Daniel Levy masterstroke, but unfortunately, Daniel Levy's masterstrokes are fairly, they don't come around very often. But he does look like he's an excellent player, and we got him for nothing. But the fact that we spent nothing on him, that as part of our transfer window is a little bit underwhelming in one sense, because again, it's not filling us with a lot of confidence.
The thing is, though,
and then you got Vicario. So I mean, when you look at that in terms of our signings, right? All the things that we were excited about are players that were there already. We had them regardless of what we did in the transfer window. The guys that have come in, they're let's be honest, guys, they're a 4. They're a 4. We didn't get a left-sided centre back of the ilk of Tapsoba, who was our number 1 choice, which would have bumped it up a little bit more.
We haven't yet.
Number 6. We could be losing Harry Kane.
Yeah,
but
still
thus far.
I thought
thus far. The rules are thus far.
I thought Van der Ven was supposed to be. I thought Van der Ven was supposed to be first choice.
No, Tapsoba.
Tapsoba was first choice. Van der Ven.
According to a lot of rumours, Ange wanted Van der Ven as his first choice.
Yeah, but
we'll never know, will we? We'll never know. We'll never know what the story is there.
We're judging based on what we wanted as well as what Ange wants, though, right? I mean, we all trust Ange at the moment, but just because of
I'm assuming every match we're going to have one of those balls played over the top where Van der Ven's got to run back and defend on his goal line, because that's the only clip we seem to keep seeing of him. So that's going to happen every match, on it.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about Van der Ven because what I've seen and what I've read, he's not that quick in short distances. So
bit like Barry. Oh no, the opposite of Barry. Barry's insane.
Barry's quick.
Yeah, I heard that too. His acceleration is meant to be quite low, but his top speed is high.
His top speed is meant to be low. Running from the halfway line.
The thing you forget about Barry is by the time he's set off and his hamstrings realise this set off, it goes.
I've just put in our private chat. I've just put in our private chat the video. Right, 10 minutes in, you go and see me hitting some balls and doing some running. Yeah, so don't worry about that, boys.
What I'm going to do is, guys, I'm going to give everyone an option. Right, so we're going to finish this stream in 15 minutes, and I'm going to redirect. I'm going to redirect everybody who's still watching over to Henry Wright's at the end of the show. I'll be over there. There's 800 people watching, right? But I'm also going to put into the private, into the comments, Barry's cricketing skills. So if everyone wants to see Barry's turn of pace, then you have the option of going to see Henry and me, or you can see Barry playing some quick singles and that absolute pace. Let's just dial in quickly on this. We've got 800 people in the house. We've got 215 entries into the giveaway. For those of you that haven't been around, you got to be here at the end. But look, it's a genuine genuine home shirt. It's got the all the kind of labels and all that stuff. It's a men's large, I'd say, and even though it says XXL on the ticket,
you can
win that tonight. You can win that tonight by what's that?
You can tell it's dodgy. The A and the A are the wrong way around.
Yeah, it's anonymous alcoholics rather than Alcoholics Anonymous. So look, everyone, stick yourself, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as well. My man Drew Zilla's been keeping everyone attached to that. 401 likes, 5 new members just went. Oh, another one, mate. You're unbelievable. You're unbelievable. You're an absolute superstar. Really appreciate your support for the show. Can't wait to meet everybody as well. And Rennie saying hashtag the cricket muppet. Listen, you look like you come from a part of the world that probably loves cricket, mate. I don't know from that name. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not going to make any suggestions. Keep those likes coming in, guys. We've got 10 more minutes. Let's get back to it. Thank you again, Drew, mate. You're an absolute superstar. I really appreciate your support. Where's Ben Kaufman as well? Ben's slapping.
He's on holiday, man. He's on holiday.
Well, I need a chief moderator. Now I've got Drew in the house to help me out. He's giving out memberships as well. I'm gonna have to put the pressure on Ben and say, mate, I'm taking away your head mod scenario unless you start donating memberships. Where did we get to? Yeah, exactly. Where did we get to? So
super chats, mate. You've missed some super chats, I think. Because I'm looking at the time. Yeah, you got £2 and a $2.
Oh, appreciate that. Well done, mate. I'm all over the place tonight. Craig Fenner, big up, Craig. Good to see you, my man. Says, would you take Tete from Fulham? He's a right back, 27. I think he's about 27 years old. Good player. I don't mind him. Dutch. He's a Dutch guy, isn't he? Is it Kenny Tete or something? I don't hate him. I don't mind him. I'm not in love with him. Like I don't think I'd take him. No, to be honest. Would you? Any of you guys? What do you feel about Kenny Tete?
I think he's average. I think he's average, to be honest.
Sean. I'm not having this from the chat. Put that link in. 10 minutes in, Bazza bashing the ball and running between the wickets. I don't care what.
Oh, hang on.
I've had enough.
Are you sure it wasn't bashing your ball as you went over the wicket?
Are you getting murdered? Are you getting LBW'd in the chat? Are you, mate?
Mate, I'm getting absolute. Mate, I'm giving it one of them to the old getting a review.
He's calling for a review. Umpire's review. Here we go. Check out Barry in all white.
10 minutes in. 10 minutes in.
That's not Barry. That's someone else.
Or was it 10 minutes in? Have you?
The video. I mean, you can watch the whole video. It's up to you.
Oh my God! No one's gonna do that, mate. 10 minutes in.
10 minutes.
There you go, guys. If you're really interested to know how good Barry is at cricket, then go to this link at some point and look. Make sure you scroll through the first 9.5 minutes because that's nothing to do with Barry. That's just strangers.
Barry.
That's all the athletes.
He's got his best hat with him as well. He's got his best hat on in that video.
Yeah. Aaron's there.
I'm there, mate. I'm watching, bruv. I'm there.
There you go. If you want to see Barry at the end of the show, you can see Barry in the show. Guys, I want to get back to it. I want to get serious for the last part of the show. Look, Harry Kane's going. Maybe he isn't. Obviously, the deadline hasn't, or it wasn't a deadline. But I think the last time we were talking about Tottenham for a minute, it was about Reguilon. What did we decide as a panel? Are you keeping Reguilon or are you letting him go?
Reggie in.
Reggie in for Aaron, in for Adam. Soren?
I'd keep him.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm just watching the cricket. I'm just
all right. Well, okay. I don't want everyone to get distracted. I can see my numbers have just dropped by 90. 90 people have left to go and watch the cricket.
On that.
For God's sake.
Reggie
Barry,
is unanimous.
Are we Reggie in or Reggie out?
We are Reggie in purely from the fact that Marta Diaz is absolutely gorgeous. His girlfriend. That's the only reason.
You don't spend any time with her, mate.
Huh?
You don't spend any time with her. You know what I mean? If Reggie stays, you don't get to go for lunch with the woman.
Apologize, mate. I shouldn't have said that. I've had a drink, mate. I didn't mean to assume anything. Sorry, mate. Yeah. Anyway,
I know I don't get to see it, mate, but I might. You never know. It could be the chance. You never know, mate. Just check her out on Instagram, Marta Diaz on Instagram.
If my wife finds that I've searched a woman called Marta Diaz on Instagram, I'm going to be in the doghouse for a very long time.
Just blame hashtag blame Bazza. Blame Bazza.
Your wife hard drive.
I don't know what my wife does while I'm in the shower. She
If
can
my
be on
future
phone.
wife checked my hard drive, I'd probably have a my wife. There's a reason I'm
So much for
single.
keeping it serious. So much for keeping it serious, panel. What's going on?
Yeah, sorry.
Keep it
Anyway,
ready in.
Can I ask a question? So I was told earlier, right, by Johnny when he was on the last show, that we would never be able to get rid of Højbjerg because no one in Europe can actually afford him. If we were able to get rid of him to a Premier League team, how would people feel if we swapped Højbjerg and Douglas Luiz? Is that an improvement in your opinion? If we sent Højbjerg to Aston Villa and Douglas Luiz to us?
Yeah, it's better fit for the system.
I think so.
I'm not mad about Luiz. I think he's too slow, to be honest. And I think the person who plays the 6 needs to be. I genuinely actually think that Pape Sarr could become the 6 that we need. He's not there yet. He's only, what is he, 19, 20? But you need, when you've got a system where you are actively trying to have a scenario where 7 of your players are flying forward, when you get transitioned, you need a player who can gallop across the acres of space that are there around the halfway line to clean things up. Douglas Luiz, for me, is too slow.
Okay.
Pape Sarr is a perfect physical presence for it. He's great at interceptions. He's great at his timed tackling. He's not ready for that role. But in the 24-25 season, let's hope Ange is still here, Pape Sarr could be the perfect 6. He could become the perfect 6. He just needs time.
How does he become the perfect 6? He has to play, right?
Yeah, I think he will get. I think he'll get loads of minutes. I think he'll get because I think we're going to be experimenting with the 6. I think that Bissouma isn't the perfect 6 either. I think he'll do the job initially if we don't get someone better. And I think Bissouma might end up having to play in the other 8, the shallow 8, whilst we're waiting for Bentancur to come back. I think we don't know how that's going to work. I think that there'll be a bit of experimentation. You might even find it becomes a double pivot. You might even see that Bissouma and Pape Sarr play more as like the double pivot, and one of them goes, the other one stays. And in that scenario, you're going to have moments where you'll see Bissouma go forward and Sarr stay back, and then he can do that. And if he can learn how to sort of cover that ground, then over time, Ange will be able to adjust and adapt and say, now you're learning it. Now I want you to do it. Because I don't think I think Bissouma is a better fit as the second 8, but he's also the best fit we have for the 6 at the moment. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
He's definitely guaranteed a position, though, isn't he? He's like Bissouma at the moment. You wouldn't be surprised, given the way things are shaping up at the moment. If Harry Kane leaves, you wouldn't be surprised. I think it's between Bissouma and Maddison for captain, and I think that Bissouma will get it for the fact that he's been here a year already.
How come the 6? If the 6 is so important, how come it hasn't been addressed, or has Ange got a plan? Because I'm thinking, so it's just as important as the 6, right? But we've only not really been linked to any 6s. So I feel like that's
we have. We've been linked to.
We had
Kezi.
Yeah, he's gone to the but we haven't look how many. It hasn't been concrete to the point where we've bidded, and like it feels like we're not going to get one in. It feels like it's going to be one of the boys that are already here. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, but I think that is because there's other pressing.
I think there's just more pressing issues, mate. For me, I just think that I personally believe that the 6 is an issue, but at the same time, I think we have potential in what we have. I'm looking at next season as a transitional period. I don't want it to be a disaster, but I'm going to give Ange all the rope in the world to figure it out. And I look forward to the next 2-3 years because I think we've got, and that Johnny H from Twitter, who I love the guy. I've only just had him on a few times on my show in the last week. I think he's exceptionally knowledgeable. Dave, the Irish Hotspur, came on. The pair of them were back and forth. I think it was yesterday or the day before, and they were talking about this class of 92 with the United thing that Tottenham are starting to have. When you look at the squad that we have, the under 17s and the under 18s, you throw in there the youngsters like Sarr, Vallejo, Udogie. You throw these young players in there, and you think that in a couple of years' time, everything could be like we could have like a team of 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds that are really capable. I'm really excited about the short-term future and the present, like the very near present. I'm okay with going through the experimentation process. Sometimes we're going to smash it. Sometimes we're going to get smashed. But, you know, I think we've got enough talent. I do still think that there's holes we need to plug for sure. But I'm excited. Guys, sorry, we've got to wrap it up here. One last thing I want to say, Paul Watkins and joined as another member of the show. I didn't see who the 5 were that Drew added to a minute ago, but thank you, Drew. But Paul, welcome, mate. Welcome to everybody else. You guys have been awesome tonight. I have put Barry's link in to go and watch his cricket.
24Z 957 made a great comment. He's obviously gone and watched my.
What did he say? What time? What time was it?
9:57.
24Z at 9:57.
24Z.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put it up.
He said NA, not applicable.
No, not that one, Sean. Don't be like that. It wasn't. That's not what he said.
Recently turned 20?
No. Glides across.
He glides across the pitch.
Can I just say, I've been watching the cricket for 5 minutes.
He's talking about Saar, you Burke.
Yeah, can I just say, though, I'm watching the cricket and he's still running.
Unbelievable stuff, guys. Let me just quickly, before you guys go, I hope no one's lit. I can see numbers dropping. Don't drop. 2 reasons why. One is I'm going to redirect you to Henry's show in a second, but the other is we got to go and find out, did we get the draw done? Exactly, we're doing the draw. Did we get over 13,400? You got 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes left. The 2-minute warning. We are over 13,400. That's awesome. Well done to the team. 2 minutes to get your numbers in. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and hit the word #HarryKane. Whilst we're waiting for that to happen, Nick, what's happening on your channel, my man?
We're back. What are we? It was 2 weeks yesterday. So we are back on a Thursday, 7:30. I will also be doing the watch along for the Brentford game with Sim on We Are Tottenham TV. And I will be at the game on Sunday. If anyone's heading down there and wants to come and say hi, then come and say hi. You won't miss me. So
I'm still thinking about it.
He'll still be running.
We'll see him darting between the toilet and the bar with his hammies. Thanks for coming on, Bazza. Adam, what's happening, mate? Wild Stag Media. Yeah.
So yeah, you can check me out on all the social media machines at Wild Stag Media. I'd appreciate the subs and the follows. We're really trying to build a brand at the moment. We're trying to get, so we've already got a feature film out called Follow the Dead. It's available on Amazon, YouTube Movies, Google Play, Tubi in the United States, and it's going to be on Apple TV soon. So Follow the Dead is an Irish feature film. It's a zombie dark comedy, doing very well. We got 100% Rotten Tomatoes score at the moment, so it's been very, very successful. 19 awards from around the world. And so it's been really successful. And coming this September, I am beginning the shoot of the sequel. So Follow the Dead 2 is going to be in the offing. And so that, like, as we're rebranding Wild Stag Media, we're trying to really build up our following so that when the sequel launches, we'll have an even bigger subscribership and everything. Lots of content coming out. We have different clips from the movie, so you can check it out on YouTube before you check the film out. If you want, you can see a few 30, 60-second clips. There'll be bloopers. There'll be fun stuff, reels of us doing interviews. I've been interviewed on lots of different shows, and that's all going to be there. So a lot of really, really great content. I also have a short film called Loose Thread that's out on SoFi TV. There'll be clips from that as well. That's a short drama. So it's the other side of the skill set. We've got comedy with the feature and drama with the short. So if you're into movies, if you want to watch Irish genre films, my whole thing is that I want to make Irish genre films. I want to make an Irish Christmas movie. I want to make an Irish Western. I want to make an Irish everything. So that's my aspiration. My hopes, my dreams to become a full-time filmmaker. And I'm going to do it by hook or by crook. So please join me on the journey, and you'll get to see the kind of the behind the scenes, the vlogs, and all that kind of stuff as I kind of try and climb this mountain. So if you want to check that out, then get over to Wild Stag Media on any of the social media machines.
At Wild Stag Media is the place to see it. Congratulations, mate, on your success with that first one. It's absolutely. I watched it. I think I was one of the first to see it.
Yeah,
it was an absolute, really, really, really cool, enjoyable movie. Brilliant stuff from Adam. Love him to pieces.
Thanks so much.
Very smart with that stuff. Soren, anything we need to know about your whiskey collection? Do you need an AA subscription, or are you you're all good with that stuff? Are you?
No, I'm fine. Don't worry about this. I have got some breaking news, though. Barry's made it to the other wicket, so we're all right.
Very cool.
So, if anybody wants to follow me on Twitter, I'm on OCD Whiskey. That's about it.
Well done, mate. Love you, Soren. Thanks for coming on, my man. Love you to pieces. And Aaron, before we do this draw, what is the where can everyone find you? You've got a gaming channel, right?
So I've just started a gaming channel with my cousin, which I'm trying to get 50 subs. Yeah, if 5 people want to sub, then it would be amazing. Also, you can find me on Twitter at it's A and then Achala. It's spelt the same way that the Black Panther spells his, but with an A. For all the Marvel heads out there, yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Achala.
It's bad when you've got to explain it, though, Aaron.
No, because I know none of you lot are Marvel.
Aaron,
guys,
what's it called, man? What's it called?
What my also do
Gaming.
you want to put it in the chat? I'll put it in the chat.
Put it in the
put it
chat.
in the
And whilst
chat,
we do it, guys, we're gonna get this draw done. 258 people in the draw, and then we're gonna let you guys go over to Henry's or to whatever you want to do for the rest of the evening. Let's go. You've got, by the way, when this draw is picked, you've got 30 seconds to say your name, to say that you're here. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. And the winner is Blaine Dev. Congratulations, Blaine Dev.
Are you here?
You are the winner. Are you here, Blaine Dev? You've got 30 seconds, my man. There,
it's in the chat.
Yeah, here we go, guys. If you wanna follow Aaron, help him get to
even if you don't like gaming and stuff like that, it just makes it people click on your videos more if you've got a higher sub count. Even if you don't watch it, it just helps me in the long run, basically.
Yeah, if everyone,
We're
in a community where we all love each other, or hopefully love each other. Go and get
Thank you
and the Phoenix.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Where are you, Blaine Dev? Say you're here, Blaine Dev.
Blaine Dev, you got 10 seconds, my man, or we're gonna respin. Is he here? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're doing it again. We're drawing it again, guys.
Come on,
let's go again.
I'm winning this one.
All right, we're gonna go again right now. Sorry, Blaine Dev, you missed it, my man. You missed it. Did he miss it? I just want to double check. He hasn't missed it, has he?
He's missed it. Yeah.
All right. Next
Draw
one.
again.
Sorry, Blaine Dev. And I'll do it again. Draw again. Definitely rigged. It is Hot God 10. Woohoo!
Make yourself known, buddy.
Make yourself known.
Right.
Blaine Dev just jumped in. No.
Blaine Dev, you missed it, my man. I'm sorry, bro. You missed it.
Oh no.
You just
I feel bad.
You had 30 seconds.
Oh no.
well, 53 subs.
Sean's gonna have to get 2 shirts.
2 dodgy ones off the back of the lorry. Can he do it?
If Hot God doesn't turn up, then he can have it, can't he?
Hot God was right behind it. Hot God's right there.
All right.
Oh, man.
Oh, he's had a shocker. Cut it in half. Cut the shot in half.
What do we do here, guys? Listen, I think the best thing to do. is to toss a coin. Is that reasonable?
No,
that's shocking.
No. You can't do
that's
that.
shocking.
You can't do that.
You can't
I
do
mean, he stuck around.
Send Hot God your hat. Send Hot God your hat, and then Bland Dev gets the shirt. There you go. Hat and a shirt.
Other way around.
What do we do? I can't someone's saying re-roll. No, I'm not going to re-roll. It's one of these two has to win. I think Blaine Dev missed it by about 10 seconds.
No, he missed it by more than 10 seconds, and you gave him more than 30 seconds, and 30 seconds is what you said you were going to give.
Blaine Dev, I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry,
Blaine
dude.
Dev. I
just
gotta
lost the
do
sub.
rest of the thing.
You just lost the sub,
Sean, he was watching my cricket video. Sorry.
No, Barry, it was only a minute late, not 10.
Imagine.
Let them wrestle.
Oh man, I feel terrible about this.
I'll
tell you what.
So if you feel terrible, Sean, what you should do is you give them both a shirt.
Cut it in half.
Yeah, but I don't. It takes about 4 weeks for these shirts to arrive off the back of a giant ship in China. So.
If there's only one wagon comes through his town when they fall off the back.
All right, listen. What I'm going to do is both of you reach out to me, HodGod10 and Blade Dev. Reach out to me on Twitter, DM me on Twitter, and show me your YouTube accounts or whatever, and I'll certainly make it up to you. One of you will get this shirt.
Message him on Twitter right now. First one to message him on Twitter right now gets the shirt. Go.
He's already blocked you both. You got no chance. You're not going to have to find him.
It's all right. It's all right. I'm a good guy. I'll give you both one. One of you gets the first one. The other one can get one of the away ones that I'm getting delivered. But one of you's going to have to wait a few weeks until.
I want an away one.
Sean never
I
arrived.
want an away one. Can you get me an away one if I send you some money? If it's not the big
we'll talk. We'll talk.
Okay, cool.
All right, guys. Listen, Blaine Dev and HodGod, love you both. I can't. Yeah, look, I tried to be fair, but now he turned up 10 seconds late. I feel bad about it. You're both going to get a shirt. It's all good. We'll do more of these, guys.
You're very lucky.
We'll do more of these.
Fortunate, Sean. He's got a good heart.
Yeah, well done, Sean.
That's what you think.
I want to say a massive thank you to everybody who's turned up tonight. Thank you to the panel, Soren, Aaron, Nick with his hammy, and Adam. Mate, I love you guys all. Thank you, everyone in the comments as well. Thank you for everyone who's donated on the super chats. Kaylee Davis, Craig, and Kaylee. We got new members, Paul. We got new members, another guy called Paul, and obviously all the guys that Drewzilla brought the members for. Thank you so much, Drew, for your ongoing support, buddy. We'll let you guys go. We're going to end it now. We're going to send you over to Henry Wright Show. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, guys,
before you go. Sub on my channel before you go, please. Please sub. Sub
to Aaron as well.
We've got a new El Beggio.
Yeah, I
got to. Just you haven't got to watch mine. I ain't asking for likes. I just want.
You don't have to watch. Just sub. Just sub.
Don't even watch. It's fine. Just sub, so then more people will watch. The gaming scene's a bit different.
Have you? Where's the link? Did you give me the link?
Yeah,
no, you just posted it into the chat, so it's already done. It's already done. I gotta go, guys. I'm late for another stream.
All right.
Love you all.
Everybody, anyway.
Bye, everyone.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.